What is up, you guys? Welcome to day 28. Today, we are setting some goals. So this section of the workbook is called Let's Set Some Goals. There's 7 different steps. We are going to mash through these together. And this may or may not be things that you have ever heard me talk about. And I think that in setting goals, whether you are doing like the first couple pages of your planner or you're going through your daily top 10 goals, more often than not, especially in our support group. So when I'm in we now have like well over 1,000 people. We're getting close to 1,500 people in the Daily Grind support and accountability group. So if you have a Daily Grind planner, that group is for you. It's totally free. And in that group, a lot of people will share what their planner layout looks like. And more often than not, I help people assess their top 10 goals. And way more often than not, the feedback that I'm giving on these top 10 goals is these things that I'm going to teach you, because the top 10 goals are missing the mark completely. Either they're playing too small, they're not really trackable, it's not really something that you can actually like measure or achieve, and it's just a word that maybe inspires you, but it won't help you move forward in your goals. So today I kind of want to rock your world and share these 7 steps that I've accumulated myself through having that support and accountability group. By the way, we will leave the link for that down below. It's always in our highlights on the Daily Grind Instagram page if you ever want to join it. If you do have a planner, the purpose of it is to support everybody that has the planner. So let's do this. All right, are you ready? Step 1. You're going to evaluate your current situation. So obviously we've done the legwork on this. Over the past 3 chapters, we went through where you are, really, who you are, really, and what you really value. So that's why I did it in this order, so that you can look at step 1 and be like, check, done. And we know how we're wired. We know our flaws. We know what motivates us. So now that you've done all of that, you can utilize, for example, the fill your cup time, the self-love language stuff. You know what you are now. So you know that if you include that in your goals and in your routines and in your habits, you're going to be a happier, more fulfilled person and probably therefore achieve more. So we've already done that part. So you can literally check next to step 1 and move on to step 2. So step 2 is to make a pact to yourself. Now, you might have heard of something called a SMART goal, and that's where you make sure that the goal is something and measurable. And here's the thing with that. We kind of fall into like this pigeonholing whenever you do SMART goals, and it's fine and it's cool and it's an acronym, but I created a different one and we're going to go through it together. So if you have something that is purpose driven in the sense that you are aligned with your values and your passions that we now know, that is actionable, that your goal is based on actions that you can control, goal, action. Cool. C, that it's continuous, that you will always be able to be consistent with it, that it's not a one-off thing. I gave this example throughout our vision board party whenever I was setting my top 10 goals. I had a goal to do a date night a month. Yeah, okay, so I'm setting a one-off day goal for the month. That doesn't move the needle on anything. So being able to set a goal that is continuous, where you can take a little baby shark bite out of it every single day, now that's a goal. T, trackable. See the little check marks right here? Trackable. If you can check it off every single day, if there is a metric associated, let me pull up actually what I did. I shared this I think I did a vlog on this the other day, if you want to take a look at it. But I went through and I mapped out my top 10 goals in the blank page next to the month ahead. And what I did for this is I mapped out my 5 biggest goals, and I made sure that every single one of them had a trackable component to it. Example, film videos. So what I tend to see, just to give you a clear-cut example, I tend to see a lot of people saying film more videos or post to YouTube. That's not a trackable goal. So what I would say, just to flip that, is film 3 vlogs a week. So that's what I wrote. So I edited it. The other thing that I wrote out was AM routine. This is a total other example of something that I see all the time. People would write AM routine. How is that trackable? What does that look like? What does that mean? So what I wrote is every single day, up by 7, makeup, workout, and planning, done. That's what, to me, morning routine does, and that happens every single day. So I want to see 31 of those this month. That's what I mean. Something that's trackable that I can literally check off that day that I know what that means. And it can also be a status of completion so that it's trackable, that you know that it's done. So one of my goals is to finalize this daily grind series. Daily grind series filmed and published every single day. Trackable. So purpose-driven, aligned with your goals and your values and your passions, so you know that. We've already done the legwork on that. Actionable. Goal is based off of actions that you can actually control, so your to-do list goes right next to those goals. If there's no action associated, if it's just to, I'm trying to give an example. If your goal is to feel healthier, what are the actions associated to that? So what I would do is, in a pact goal, I would say move 20 times a day. If that's part of your purpose and that's part of your values, amazing. And then the continuous means the consistency and the actions that you're taking every single day to actually move the needle, hence, I'm going to show you. Hence the daily grind. So the continuous action to me, and I feel like the C in this is the biggest part. The C and the T are the biggest part. Right here. That's your C. That's the continuous actions that you're taking every single day to move forward on the goals that matter to you most. So that's step 2. Step 3, write it down. If you are someone that is maybe writing things in the chat, that's already leaps and bounds. But let's say that you have been at home for the past 27 days and you are watching today from afar, from a distance like this. And you're like, there's no engagement, you're not taking notes. I'm telling you, retain about something like 90% more when you put pen to paper. Do you know that your brain, you're doing some sort of an activity, the chemistry in your brain shifts, and therefore you will retain something like 90% more when you actually write it down. So if you're someone that takes notes, if you're someone, you can either type them or write them, but I think the action of actually writing it makes a massive difference. So write it down, strengthen the clarity of your goals. And by the way, this is why in your planner, you might curse me every day and being like, why in the hang am I repeating my dang top 10 goals every single day? Like, why do I rewrite them out? And if you've had one of these planners for a while, you might notice that you get to the end of your month knowing them by heart. That's the point. Repetition is key. So when you write these down consistently, and that's why, by the way, I'm going to just put like a blanket statement on this for anybody that's ever asked, there will probably never be a digital planner. We might one day develop an app that would be like a version of it, but probably not, because I don't believe in you might go for it. But to me, to put out a PDF of this and that you are typing it, or that it's just like something that you like check a button off, it doesn't have the same physiological effect of you writing down your top 10 goals. And I like sharing things that work for me. So I feel like it would be inconsistent of me to share something that I don't do. So that's just blanket statement. I get asked that question a lot. Would I ever put out a digital version? No, because I believe in this. So the reason why is that repetition of writing those top 10 goals every single day strengthens the clarity and the intention of what you are trying to do. And it solidifies that in your mind like a freaking stone, like a diamond. Step 4, break it down. So you know this. Tiny little baby shark bites out of the goal every single day, which is your needle movers, which is writing out your top 10 goal and putting out those to-do lists. Little shark bites. And the purpose of that is to overcome the overwhelm. Step 5, hold yourself accountable. So 1, I just want to say that you being a part of this community on here is huge with this. But if you can stay focused and disciplined in the pursuit of what matters to you most, you will be that much more consistent. So holding yourself accountable, being accountable to others. And the way that I do this, so this morning, I went back on yesterday and I looked at what I had checked off. And I just assessed like how many goals did I check off. And actually I can show you something really cool. So I shared this on my TikTok the other day. So someone, if you're watching, the person that did this, incredible. So she said that instead of writing, like putting the colors in her month ahead here, she actually decided to do a score out of 10. So every single day she goes and assesses how many goals of her top 10 goals did she hit that day. And that's what's on her monthly calendar. I was like, yeah, I'm doing that. That's genius. Self-assessment. That to me, that's accountability. Massive self-assessment. Step 6, my favorite. And this is in the beginning, the 4-month vision ahead. How are you going to reward yourself? So one thing that I wrote out as a reward, I put out my biggest goals, and I know that if I can hit those, I put 5 big goals that I'm really going after, and then 5 goals that are fill my cup goals. Now you know what that means. Me goals, like fitness goals, and just things that matter to me to just be a better person. So 5 like crazy goals and like work and finance and that type of stuff. And then 5 like health and like Angie, me time, fill my cup goals. That's just how I divvied it up this month. Now, what I wrote in that 4-month ahead vision was that at the end of this, so I would be finishing up the April month at the end of this planner, mid-May, I want to do a Disney cruise. And that was the goal that I set, to like celebrate everything and go alone with Andre and our best friends. And it would just be like the time of our lives. So set something up, big or small, pop up a little baby bottle of champagne, do something to celebrate yourself and understand before you go after the goal, what you're going to do to celebrate that and how you're going to feel. Cool. Step 7, develop systems and habits. So make it easier on yourself by having a system. To me, that is the daily grind. It's been the daily grind for years now, but having that little daily routine where it takes me less than 5 minutes to fill out my planner. It's not this big thing. I write out my top 10 goals, quick to-do list. And the to-do list, by the way, is like 1-word answers. It's so quick. And having that system for me works so well. And then having a weekly recap and like a week ahead game plan makes all the difference. So I want to give you an example. So whenever I write out my top 10 goals, I literally have like workout, yoga, read before bed, class, I'm doing master class, juice or vitamins every single day, green juice today, walk 10 minutes after lunch. Like, so I know what my to-do list is today based off of those actionable and trackable items that I'm going after. So quick recap. Step 1, evaluate your current situation. Step 2, make a pact to yourself. So make it purpose-driven, actionable, continuous, and trackable. Step 3, write it down. Step 4, break it down. Step 5, hold yourself accountable. Step 6, reward yourself. And step 7, make sure that you develop systems and habits to be able to continuously hit your goals and make this a part of your daily routine. So what we're going to go through tomorrow is the actual goal, what to expect, not going into it blind, and we're going to set some big flipping goals tomorrow. Cool? I'm so excited. All right, I will see you guys then. Hopefully you're ready. Hopefully you have those 7 steps broken down. If you already want to start thinking about what these big goals are that you're going after in the next couple months, years, whatever that looks like for you, I will see you tomorrow. And buckle up because it's going to be good. Bye, guys.